Okay, so this is test 3-1 review. This is going to be lock 2. So let's go ahead and look at our first problem. Now this lock is shapes. So looking at our first problem, it says parallelogram PQRS was transformed to create parallelogram PQRS prime. Which rule best describes the transformation? So remember our transformations, we have dilations, translations, reflections, and rotations. So here I can see that this is going to be a translation because I see everything has slid down. So if this is a translation, I need to determine which point I want to look at. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and look at R. And since I'm looking at R, I'm going to go ahead and look at R prime. You no longer need to look at P, Q, or S. So remember, whenever you are translating, you are starting at your old and you are making your way to your new. So starting at your old, you're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here I went down 11 units. Since I went down, this affects my Y value. And since I went down, that means I subtract by 11. Now I do not have to move left or right, so my X would stay the same. So X comma Y minus 11, it's going to be the triangle. So my shape is a triangle. Okay, looking at the next problem, it says translate triangle ABC, right 3 and up 2 to form ABC prime. What is the rule for this transformation? So I'm going to translate every single point, right 3, up 2. So here I'm going to take A, I'm going 1, 2, 3 to the right, 1, 2 up. Here is going to be A prime. I do the same thing with B. Again, I'm going 1, 2, 3 to the right, up 1, 2. Here I'm going to have B prime. For my next point, for C, I'm going 1, 2, 3 to the right and up 1, 2. Here, this is going to make C prime. Then I'll just go ahead and connect my dots. Now for the rule. If I go right 3, now if you need help looking at a coordinate grid, here I have my y-axis, here I have my x-axis. If you move along your x-axis, you go left and you go right. And if you move along your y, you go up and you go down. So if I go right, that affects my x value. And if I go right, that means I add 3. If I go up, that means that affects my y. And if I go up, that means I'm adding 2. So the one that has x plus 3 and y plus 2 is going to be the diamond. Okay, next it says trapezoid ABCD was transformed to form trapezoid ABCD prime. Which rule describes the transformation that was used to form trapezoid ABCD prime? So here to me, this looks like a translation. It looks like I slid this image across the graph. So again, you need to determine which is your old, which is your new. I see here that this shape is going to be my new because it has those primes. So now that you have identified your old and your new, now you need to determine which point you want to look at. I'm going to go ahead and start at B and make my way to B prime. So starting off at B, I see that I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right. I went right 5. And then I went up 2. So since I went right 5, that affects my x value. And since I went right, that means I'm adding 5. Then I'm going up 2. If I go up 2, or if I go up, that affects my y. And since I went up 2, I'm adding 2. So the one that has x plus 5 and y plus 2 as your rule is going to be the triangle. Okay, looking at my next problem, it says the graph below shows triangle ABC and its image after a transformation to form triangle ABC prime. What is the algebraic representation of this transformation? So to me, this does look like a reflection, and it looks like a reflection over the x-axis. I can notice that it is a reflection because every single point is the same distance away from my point of reflection. So looking at A, it's 1, 2 above, A prime is 2 below. Looking at B, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 above, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 below. Looking at C, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 above, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 below. So this is a reflection over the x-axis. Now, whenever you reflect over the x-axis, Remember, your x is the same and your y changes. And remember, we represent change with a negative sign. So the one that has x staying the same and y changing is going to be the star. Now, you could have automatically eliminated the circle because the only time that your y's and x's should switch is in a rotation, and this does not turn. So here, your answer is going to be the star. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our next page. The last problem for Lock 2 says triangle ABC is reflected across the y-axis to form triangle ABC prime. What is the algebraic representation? So here I am reflecting over the y-axis. Now remember, in a reflection, your points should be the same distance away from your point of reflection. So looking at A is 1, 2 to the left, so A prime is going to be 2 to the right. And this is going to form A prime. Looking at B, I see B is 1, 2, 3 to the left, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3 to the right to form B prime. Looking at C, I see C is 1 to the left, so it's going to be 1 to the right to form C prime. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect my dots. So again here, I see that it is reflected across the y-axis. When you reflect across the y-axis, your y is the same and your x changes. And again, we represent change with that negative sign. So the one that has x changing and y staying the same is going to be the triangle. So on the back page, your shape should have been a triangle. And again, on the front page, you should have had a triangle, a diamond, a triangle, and a star. And that is going to complete Lock 2.